Sometimes the problem with psychological safety, not only is it a term that many don't understand or have a hard time grasping. Some say a culture of rewarded vulnerability. Some say a shared feeling that it's okay to be open and honest in a group setting without fear of retaliation or ridicule. Some might say it is just the generic form of trust, or what is the cost of my interpersonal risk in order to engage with you and be truthful with you. No matter what it is, oftentimes when we're trying to talk about psychological safety, we are talking about somebody's behavior shifting or adjusting or adapting to specific scenarios. And so one of the things that comes up in this psychological safe conversation is the concept of behaving until you believe it. Sometimes you won't believe something until you try it for yourself. Sometimes you won't believe it unless you actually know for yourself. That's why a lot of times studies and data and resources are helpful, because they allow us to get some information so that we can truly believe what we're doing. Sometimes you won't know until you get in the game. So when you put your hands on it, you behave until you start to believe. And because when you start to mentor somebody, and when you start to challenge the status quo and really start to take interpersonal risks, and when you start learning how to be a better manager who is listening to their employees, listening to those around you, being safe for them to be able to share those challenging things with you, having the emotional intelligence to receive difficult information and then push it back on them and be able to support them. And then in that moment, you're learning how to behave until you believe. And once you've gotten it yourself, once you've actually been in the game and done it yourself and assessed it and you found the rhythm of how you do it, you'll actually believe it. Your body will create its own narrative. It'll create its own evidence for believing what your hands are doing. It's hard to connect the hands and the head to the heart. But once you behave with your hands, your head begins to believe, and then your heart comes into the conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, it is hard for us to challenge or to change people's matters of their heart. But when you get in the game, when you put your hands to it, when you change your behavior will help you learn how to believe the very thing that you're actually doing. Behave until you believe. Remember to love, remember to serve, and remember to be kind.
Okay, this right here, this so far, ain't no lie.